Okay, so looking at section 8.6, our systems of nonlinear equations. Keep in mind in this section, unlike the last one, we may have more than one point where these graphs are going to intersect. So starting off with this first one, xy equals 5, 5x squared plus y squared equals 30. We're not going to be able to just add our equations together and cancel them out now. We're going to have to solve for each one on some of them. Some of them it'll work out. So I'm going to rewrite them real quick. So the first thing I'm going to do in this one is solve this top one for x. So I'm going to divide by y. So x equals 5 divided by y. I'm going to use this to substitute it into this other equation. So 5 times 5y squared plus y squared equals 30. So let's square this. So I have 5 with 25 over y squared plus y squared equals 30. Multiply by 5, so 5 times 25 is 125 divided by y squared plus y squared equals 30. So at this point, I'm going to say our best bet would be to get the common denominator y squared and multiply everything by y squared. So this one would be left with 125. Y squared times y squared would be y to the 4th equals 30 y squared. Great. So now I'm going to move this 30y squared in. So I'd have, I'm going to rewrite this y to the 4th, subtract 30 y squared plus 125. So now I'm looking for factors of 125 that add to get 30. What is 125 divided by 5? 25 plus 5. Beautiful. So I'd have y squared subtract 25 times y squared subtract 5. So y subtract 5 times y plus 5. And we have y squared subtract 5 equals 0 there. So I have y equals 5, y equals negative 5. And this would be y equals positive negative square root of 5. Good Lord. Okay, so then we're going to take all of these and substitute them into our original equation. So I'm going to rip this one out. Remind you what we're substituting them into. So let's say we have xy equals 5. So let's start right here. We have x times 5 equals 5. So x would equal 1. Then we have x times negative 5 equals 5. So x would equal negative 1. Then we have x times the square root of 5 equals 5. So that means x equals the square root of 5. We have x times the negative square root of 5 equals 5. So x would equal the negative square root of 5. Yep. Type an ordered pair. Use a comma to separate answers as needed. Type an exact answer. Use radicals as needed. Okay. So when we had positive 5, we had positive 1. I wrote them backwards. These are my y's. And these are my x's. So here we go. So (1, 5), -1, -5, then square root of 5, square root of 5, and negative square root of 5, negative square root of 5. Woof. Get excited. That was one problem. Let's get another one in before starting a new video. So this one they've already solved for y, so we're just going to take it and substitute it into this one. So we have y equals x plus 3 and 7x squared plus y squared equals 9. And I'm going to put x plus 3 in for y, so I have 7x squared plus x plus 3 all squared equals 9. We're going to FOIL that, so I'm going to do that right here. Okay, so we have 7x squared plus x squared plus 6x plus 9 equals 9. So I'm going to combine these, so I have 8x squared plus 6x plus 9 equals 9. Move my 9 over, so I'd have 8x squared plus 6x equals 0. Now that I'm here, I'm going to factor out what I can. So there's an x in both of them, so I'm going to factor out an x. 2 goes into both of these, so 8x squared divided by 2x would be 4x, and 6x divided by 2x would be 3. And then I'd solve for both of these, so I have 2x equals 0, and 4x plus 3 equals 0. So I have x equals 0, and x equals -3/4. So those are my two x values. Now then I'm going to use my little y equals x plus 3 here and solve it first for when x equals 0. So y equals 0 plus 3. So then that would be 0, 3 is that point. Then I'd have y equals -3/4 plus 3. So I'd change my 3 to fourths, so y equals -3/4 plus 3 times 4, 12/4. So y equals 12 subtract 3, 9/4. So then that would be -3/4, 9/4. And that would be my answer on that one. So we have 0, 3, and -3/4, and 9/4. Let's take on the last one real quick. I'm going to change this one to do it like I did the previous ones, so I need to multiply this equation by 2, and I'm going to make it a negative. I'm going to take that back. Since this is subtract 3y and that's plus y, I'm going to multiply the top one by 3. I'm going to move this 14 over though, so I'm going to have 6x squared, then 3 times 1 plus 3y squared, and 3 times 4 is 12. Now then I'll have x squared subtract 3y squared, and this is going to be -14, so equals -14. 6 plus 1 and then that cancels. 12 subtract 14 be negative 2. 7 x squared equals negative 2/7. I'd have to take the square root of that, and there's no solution to that because there's not a square root of a negative. I'm going to double check it because I don't know how I feel about that. So let's say we're going to times this one by negative 2. So we'd have 2x squared plus y squared equals 4. So then I'd have negative 2x squared plus negative 2 times 3 would be 6y squared. And I'd have a negative times a negative back here. Negative 2 times negative 14 would be positive 28. These would cancel. I'd have 7y squared equals 933, 113. I'm gonna check the thing and see and get back to you on that. You can't even see what I'm doing.